There's no potential. We are selling out on Sunday. I'm 65, and I mean, my health seems okay, but I'm tired, and it's time, and we'll see. We might come back if the boy wants to get back into it. We could do it because I love wagons, and it's kind of a family sport. All my family's here, my kids are here, my sisters. It's something that I'm really going to miss. There's going to be an awful big void to fill in my life, but we'll fill it with something. We'll go fishing maybe and spend time with the grandkids.
How did you get started in chuck wagon racing?
Well, we've always been involved with horses from a young age. My dad had horses. We rode in Gymkhana, and I raced pony wagons from the early 70s. I always wanted to get into the thoroughbred wagons, but this wasn't set up. And I was a little bit long in the tooth when I finally did get into the thoroughbred wagons, but I thought my goal was to make Calgary. This is the third year I've been here. One of the big highlights was being at the Calgary Stampede for the 100th anniversary. We were here. But just being around horses all my life, and I'll probably be around horses for the rest of my life, but just maybe not in a chuck wagon seat.
Who are some of the horses over your career that really stand out for you?
I had a horse named Skimmo. He was a right leader. He wasn't very big, but he was an awesome horse. He gave you everything he had all the time, and the reason I called him Skimmo, his real name is what was he? It was something about can never get enough. And I know a buddy of my dad's, his name was Skimmo. They called him Skimmo, and he liked to drink, and he could never get enough, so I just named him Skimmo.
You know, you beat the beast, cancer. You know, there's a lot of people in this world that have cancer. Some overcome it, some don't. You know, as an inspiration to those out there watching, you know, what are some of the things that you have done? You know, maybe get a bit of history on what happened with you and the strength that you had to overcome that and support.
Yeah, well, in 2016, I was training in early spring, and I just had a little lump on my throat. I went for my medical to drive chuck wagons and for my class 1. And my family doctor seen that lump on my throat. He didn't like it, and we got it checked out, did a biopsy, and it was cancer. So scheduled me for the operation, and I know I've talked about this a lot, and I don't mind talking about it. I was on the table for 17 hours. I had a tumor on the base of my tongue. They removed it and rebuilt my tongue with a piece of my arm, and so I talk a little bit funny now. And then they cut me from throat, ear to ear, and removed a couple hundred lymph nodes and a saliva gland. But I think the biggest thing that I got out of it, it was hard, and I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to give up sometimes, because I was in the hospital for a month and it was pretty rough. But I had my family there, and so that helps you. You look at, your kids come to visit you in the hospital, and I had tubes all running out of me and couldn't talk. I had a trach and a feeding tube, and you see the hurt on their face, and you try live. You never know what tomorrow's going to bring, right? And so I didn't ever think I'd be back on a chuck wagon seat at that time, but I am. I raced last year, and here I am again. And so, the biggest thing I think for people, male, female, do your checkups with your doctor, because if they do catch something early enough, there with technology now, a lot of times you can live, right? And so a lot of times you don't get checked till it's too late, and I say life is short, so enjoy it while you can, and go for your checkups and enjoy your family.